Intel just rallied 185% in 8 weeks. And it's not even the craziest semiconductor on today's Gainster Drive Score watch list. Buckle up.
This is your Drive Score update for May 18th, 2026, US Eastern Time.
Market overview.
We're on day 9 of a rally attempt in an uptrend defensive regime, no follow-through day yet, and 6 distribution days on the count. Despite that, the drive distribution is surprisingly healthy. 7 stocks in the green zone above 80, 7 more in the yellow. That's half our 14-stock watch list, flashing strong signals, led almost entirely by semiconductors. Stay selective, keep position sizes measured, and let the setups come to you. This is the stock market today, chips everywhere. If you want these Drive Score updates every single trading day, hit that subscribe button. It takes 1 second.
Today's top headlines. Seeking Alpha just ran a headline that says, quote, "Forget Nvidia, AMD's moment is finally here." AMD Advanced Micro Devices has been on a monster run lately, and the narrative is shifting. Analysts are pointing to AMD's data center GPU gains as the real catalyst, not just hype, but actual market share capture. We'll see how AMD's Drive Score backs that up in a moment.
On the flip side, CNBC reports Seagate led a memory sell-off after its CEO said it would take too long to build new factories. That dragged down names like SanDisk, ticker SNDK, in a market obsessed with supply expansion, admitting capacity constraints spooked investors. Keep this context in mind when we look at SanDisk's spotlight later.
And in positive territory, Applied Materials, ticker AMAT, just hit a historic high on margins according to Zacks Investment Research. The question is whether those margins are sustainable for semiconductor equipment makers. Margin expansion usually signals strong demand from chip makers, and that's a tailwind for every chip name on our list today.
Stock spotlights.
First up, AMD Advanced Micro Devices, perfect drive score of 100 out of 100, with a relative strength of 96. AMD is running a textbook power play. It rallied 126% in 8 weeks from around $201 to $455, and now it's resting in a shallow 7.5% flag pullback at $421. That's the kind of tight consolidation that screams institutional accumulation. Semiconductors are the leading group, and AMD is right at the front. Next, SITM Corporation, ticker SITM, also scoring a perfect 100 drive score with RS96. Another power play in semiconductors, SITM ripped 156% in 8 weeks from 325 to 833. The current pullback is 12.9% to 726, which is a bit deeper than AMD's flag, but still orderly. This is a precision timing company riding the same silicon wave.
MaxLinear, ticker MXL, drive score 90 with a relative strength of 99, the highest RS on today's entire list. Here's the jaw dropper. MXL rallied 503% in 8 weeks from $16.56 to nearly $100. Now it's pulling back 12.4% to $87.46. A 500% run is the kind of move that creates generational wealth if you caught the base breakout. The flag is still intact.
SanDisk, ticker SNDK, drive score 90, RS 99. Despite that negative Seagate headline dragging the sector, SanDisk still holds strong technicals. It rallied 120% from 710 to 1562 in 8 weeks and is now in a 14.7% flag pullback at 1333. That's the deepest flag on our list. The news-driven selling is testing this setup. Watch whether the flag's lower boundary holds in coming sessions.
Switching gears to auto parts. BorgWarner, ticker BWA, scores 80 on drive with RS86. This one's different. It's a cup with handle pattern, not a power play. The cup carved from $70 down to $50 and back to $70.31. The handle sits at $61.72 and we need a breakout above $70.31. A classic setup in a non-semiconductor name. Diversification matters.
Finally, ARCHROC, ticker AROC, drive score 80, R78, an oil and gas equipment name with a cup with handle setup. The cup formed from 37.26 down to 33.55 and back to 40.011. Handle pullback to 36. Breakout level is $40.11. AROC actually bucked today's trend, up 3.7% while most names sold off. That relative strength in a down tape is telling. If this breakdown is helping you spot the best stocks to buy now in May 2026, smash that like button. Today's top pick.
The number one drive score pick today is Intel ticker INTC with a perfect 100 out of 100 relative strength 98. Intel is like a coiled spring that already launched. It rocketed 185% in just 8 weeks from 43.87 all the way to 124.92. Now it's consolidating in a 13.4% flag pullback at 108.17. Think of this like a race car pulling into a pit stop after leading by 10 laps. It's not broken, it's refueling. The semiconductor industry group is the strongest in the market right now, and Intel sits at the throne. If this flag resolves to the upside and the rally attempt gets its follow-through day, INTC could be the best stocks to buy now. But remember, a defensive regime means we stay disciplined. No follow-through day. Yet, and that 13% pullback can always deepen.
Here's my question for you. With 6 semiconductor power plays on the board, are you riding this chip wave or waiting for a pullback? Drop your answer in the comments. Honorable mentions. The rest of our 14-stock watch list rounds out with more names worth tracking. Keep an eye on the yellow zone stocks. They haven't hit that 80 drive score threshold yet. But in a market this chip-heavy, a sector rotation or one strong earnings report could push them into the green overnight. The setups are everywhere if you know where to look.
So here's the bigger picture. We're watching the most concentrated semiconductor rally in years with drive scores clustering at the top of the board. But day 9 of a rally attempt with no follow-through day means the market hasn't proven itself yet. The setups are gorgeous, the scores are screaming. But discipline is what separates the Gainster watchlist from gambling. Tomorrow watch for whether Intel and AMD can hold their flag patterns, and whether we finally get that elusive follow-through day. That would change everything. See you next session.